welcome to Beyond Focus TV. My name is Angie Daniel and I am the hostess. Tonight's show is about how we can help our elderly group of people within the community. We are going to come back. I'm going to introduce two ladies to you that have this organization where they entail from small details to the big picture in helping our community. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you are just turning on, we are here every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. on Channel 68 Cablevision. Tonight's show, like I did tell you earlier, we have two representatives from Elder Serve Health that are here to talk to us about how we can help a community, the elderly community, to get better from point A to Z. Let me introduce them first. I did tell you I was going to introduce Miss.
My name is Pamela Bryant. I'm an assistant VP with Elder Serve Health, and I'm responsible for providing the care in the community.
And you are?
And my name is Irina Vainrip, and I'm assistant VP at Elder Serve Health, and I am responsible for intake and outreach for Elder Serve Health, and we are thankful for having us here. Thank you very much, Ange.
You're very welcome. I'm really glad that you guys are here. I know you guys don't like to be in front of the camera. You like to do your work behind all of the rest of the employees, but it's important for the community to know what you guys do in general. First, I'd like for you to tell me how was Elder Serve started? Who started Elder Serve?
Well, Elder Serve is a part of a wonderful organization, Hebrew Home for the Aged. And Hebrew Home for the Aged has been serving the community for a very long time. They were located in the Bronx, and they have since then, with our program, branched out into other areas. They're visionaries. They saw that the healthcare system was changing, and so we got involved under the Managed Long-Term Care Program. That's what an MLTC stands for. And of course, that being said, we are here to assist people in the community from 18 years and older to manage their overall health care and add to the quality of their lives.
Okay. You know, I'm so glad you brought up the MLTC situation, because I want people to understand what long-term care is. Because there's the difference of having like short-term, can you make the difference between short-term care and long-term care?
Absolutely. Short-term care is an acute phase, meaning something is happening right away and you require a lot of care. And when that situation has passed, you have done better or have not changed, that service goes away. With a managed long-term care program, it's a totally different situation. We are here to help you to manage your chronic, ongoing health issues. And that really makes a difference, so you don't feel as if you're left to manage what you don't know how to do, or to help you to pull the pieces together to make it add to the quality of your life and to make the course of your illness more organized, better managed overall.
I know earlier you guys mentioned that you are part of an organization differently, but why Elder Serve Health? Why did you create that little piece of it within the community in itself?
Well, I think there are several reasons.
Elder Serve Health is serving populations in 5 boroughs, and Suffolk, Westchester, and Nassau County as well. And we are here to let everybody know that the services are there, and the services will help our elderly to live safely at home, and help the families to live a more productive life.
Okay.
We're both nurses,
Okay.
And we are here to serve the community, really.
Okay. I'm so glad you brought that point up, because I think one of the things that we, as a community, we really don't know, and you know how we always talking about, like in America, everyone talks about like the baby boomers, you know, like how life is changing for them. And when you hear about the baby boomers, you think about American baby boomers. We don't think about the Caribbean baby boomers that are coming here and that are like part of this community, but don't have a voice, don't know where to go, who to help them. And while reading on your website, one of the things that I know you guys offer, and I don't want to talk about it, I want you guys to talk about it, because I think it's more interesting if you talk about it instead of me talking about it, the services that you guys provide. Can you elaborate a little bit?
Absolutely. Well, we provide several services. We provide nursing, we provide aid services, we provide transportation to and from doctors. We are responsible to provide them with DME supplies, durable medical equipment. So you need a hospital bed. You need a bedside commode. Those are some of the things. That's an example of some of the things that we provide. We're responsible for optometrists. You know, everybody goes to the eye place today, and it's different. An optometrist is different from the ophthalmologist. This is where you get your glasses. We're responsible for those services. Podiatrist, we're responsible for those services.
The dental.
The dental. Once again, what we're fostering at this point is total health care.
Okay.
That is where we're coming from. And we want, as you mentioned, we don't see ourselves as baby boomers. We come from a different culture that doesn't foster that.
Exactly.
However, I want to say that the resources are there. The important thing is to know how to access them. And ElderServe is one opportunity for you to know how to access it. Get to know what's out there and how to utilize those services to the best of your benefits.
I'm so glad you mentioned you know, being able to access what's available to you. One of the things that I want to talk about is part of what's available is within the languages. I don't think the community understands. I know one of, like when you mentioned about like how you helping in a small group, bringing it back to, for example, like a place like Brooklyn where there's a whole lot of Caribbeans, right? There's a whole lot of non-English speaking people. And explain to me how you help them within their own languages.
I'm glad you brought this up. We are in every community, and especially we want to bring the services to the Caribbean community. We provide nurses who speak the language. We provide the social workers who speak the language. All of our informational materials are in the language that you speak. And so it is important for people to know, and it's best understood in your own language, even though we do speak English, but you know, it's best that people read about us.
Very comfortable with it. You know what I mean? It's like there's a relation. If there's a nurse that speaks your language, I know for example, and I mention it all the time, community-wise, culture-wise, like as a Haitian person, before you get to say, my head hurt, you give a whole story from, you know, because that's how we are. We talk through stories. We express ourselves through, you know, like people say, why do you talk with your hands? It's a cultural thing for me. I speak with my eyes, I speak with my eyebrows, and I speak with my hands. It's culture. Once you have that within, you know, your personhood, that's what you use. And language is one of the things that make you comfortable. So being able to have someone who can provide things for you in your own languages, it's extreme amount of comfort, and that comfort makes you feel better than you get to do it. I have a quick question on that. Sure. I know you were going to make a comment, but we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. So, and then I'm going to ask you my question.
Sure.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. You are watching Beyond Focus TV, and our conversation tonight is about helping our community get better, getting some from point A to Z, how we can help our elderly patients or elderly family members, or even better, like you guys made the comment earlier, is how to make the family life easier when you have someone who depends, you know, who can help you take care of your family members. One of the things that we were talking earlier is what benefit it is to be part of Elder Plan. I know, you know, it's a free service.
ElderServe Health. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. ElderServe Health. I'm always saying that.
Yes.
ElderServe Health. But what I wanted to mention is the eligibility of it. Like, how do you become a member? Can we elaborate a little bit on that?
Absolutely. Well, you have to be 18 years or older. Mm-hmm. You must have a need for the services, meaning you have some type of chronic illness. Mm-hmm. You're not able to help yourself to do some basic stuff, such as you may need assistance to wash yourself, somebody to be in the home with you while your family member is gone to work. You may need transportation. It's difficult for you to get out of your home to go to the doctor. We provide some of those services to get you out of the home.
And that's extremely important.
It's extremely important because we're managing your entire health care. It is not fragmented care. And most of all, it allows you to remain in your home with your family for the quality of life that you should have, that you're entitled to have. Not because you're ill with a chronic illness does it mean that your quality of your life should not be good. You know, so the goal here today is to really educate you and expose you to the resources that are there. You know, we talk only from the patient perspective. No, we have to think about the impact that that is having on the overall family.
Yes. You know, so. I know we think it's very easy to take care of. No, seriously, I see patients that are really lost all the time. And every time I talk about a show that talks about health, and I talk about, like, I wish that there are certain things I could offer to especially elderly Creole speaking patients that are, you know, that like all lost within the whole spectrum of taking care of themselves. Can you tell me how people become eligible for besides the age? Do you have to be a citizen? Do you have to, what else do you, I'd love to get that point across.
You must have Medicaid or be eligible for Medicaid. And our social workers, our nurses will determine your eligibility. And you might think that you're not eligible, but our social worker will come out and show you and explain to you how to apply for Medicaid. And we will take you through that process because sometimes it can be so complicated. And again, the emphasis is that we will come into your home and help you from your home. You do not need to travel, let's say, to the Medicaid office, because we will send the social worker who speaks your language and explain everything to you and your family as to how to apply for Medicaid. And then we'll take it from there. So the eligibility, you know, we will, yes, the eligibility aspect of it is we will explain this to you. And our nurse will come out and do an assessment with the client or the patient and their family, and will assess and see, you know, if indeed there is a need for a program like ours.
Can I ask you, I just want to kind of like bring up, for example, like if there's within the community, like elderly person who lives by themselves, I mean, right?
Very good.
From the get-go.
Yes.
How do you, if they were to want to have services, and are they eligible automatically? If you're eligible for one service, you're eligible for all of it?
Well, absolutely. Our program is all-inclusive.
Okay.
In other words, the managed long-term care covers all the things that we spoke about. They're eligible for all those things if they qualify. The great thing is that when there's an elderly person in the community, and as Irina mentioned, they don't have to. We will help them recognize, are they eligible for Medicaid? And if they are, we will file that application for them. Okay. And they will know what resources. When the intake team goes in, we explain what the program offers, what are the resources, and so they have the expectations on what they're looking forward to getting.
Okay. What I would love for the community to benefit out of this is because we have too many people lingering and not understanding what it means to take care of themselves, what it means to be healthy, what it means to, you know, it's unfortunate that we don't have like elder serve representative, especially like I mentioned to you earlier, and when I spoke to Joyce, it's like within a hospital system where you find elderly people trying to get from point A to Z on their own, not being able to provide certain things or not being able to understand what the doctor's saying. Imagine,
or to negotiate the hospital facility itself.
I mean, for Downstate is such a big hospital. Kings County is an even bigger hospital. For you to have an elderly patient who does not speak the language, probably some of them can't even read and where to go or how to follow through, and then they're on their own. Having a service from ElderServe where you have someone that picks you up from your house, right? And takes you to, I mean,
and escort you with an aid.
With an aid, you know, and you have someone that goes there with you. It's unbelievable. These are the things that is offered to you, that is available to you if you just are eligible. I mean, you don't need to have your family member take a day off. I think that's the best thing that we talked about. Right?
I think I need to say this.
Yes.
You know, when we come in as ElderServe Health and we're providing the care, we incorporate the family in the care. Now, we know that family members have jobs and that they can't take off from their job for every doctor's appointment. Here is the wonderful thing. An aide escort that loved one, that patient, to the doctor. The nurse goes into the home and she also speaks with that doctor. Yes. The nurse communicates with the family member, such as the daughter or the son or the niece or you know, the granddaughter who is involved in that patient's care. But also, we encourage the family to stay involved in the care because the limitations, we have limitations on our side. The person who is responsible for that individual needs themselves to know what's going on.
Exactly.
You know, it gives them a comfort level to understand where their loved one is on the spectrum of health.
Yes.
But they also have the security to know that ElderServe Health is there, assisting their loved one.
Yes.
So I think it's a win-win situation that we're in. And I think when we go in, we not only educate the patient who is may be eligible, but we also educate the family. Because one day they themselves may need to utilize the resources.
You know, I want to piggyback right on that comment that you've just made. But we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back before I piggyback right on that. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Beyond Focus TV. You are watching us here. We're having a great conversation with two representatives from ElderServe Health. It's an organization within the community that is here to help us getting from point A to Z. Earlier on, we talked about what eligibility means, what services are offered to our family members. I am hoping that you at least would be able to get in touch with them. At the end of our show, we're going to give our number and website so where you can get in touch with them. But you mentioned something earlier, and I wanted to kind of like get involved a little bit. Is how you become a link, the nurse, the doctor, the home health aide, the driver, and the family member becomes a link.
That is correct.
It's like a whole village.
Exactly. And it really does take a village to manage healthcare today. We all know it's a complicated system, and ElderServe Health is here to help the family to negotiate that and to keep not only the member themselves at home, which is the goal, but to keep the family also involved in that care, that they can enjoy each other for the time that they have left. I want to mention that we're not limited to just the Caribbean community. Of course, ElderServe Health serves many areas, as was earlier. So it's Westchester, Nassau, and Suffolk County, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island.
Wow.
Did I miss anywhere?
Manhattan.
And Manhattan. So we are just about infiltrating everywhere, and the need is absolutely there. What does it take to be qualified? 18 years and older.
Medicaid.
Medicaid eligible. Medicaid or be Medicaid eligible.
Okay.
Have an illness, have a need for the health care.
Okay.
And live in the catchment area.
Live in the areas that we spoke about.
Oh, okay.
And also, I will say this, I encourage everyone, when in doubt whether or not you qualify, to contact ElderServe Health.
Yes.
We can be contacted on our website.
We have a website, which is www.elderservehealth.org. And our telephone number is 1-800-370-3600, which will be available at the end of the
at the bottom of our show.
Yes. So again, as Pamela said, the family should not be worried. Well, am I eligible or not? Give us a call. We're there 7/24, 365 days. We have always somebody on call, a nurse, and so we're always there to help you.
And in closing, I'd like to say that the goal is to manage the chronic illness. And we are talking about managing the care. We hold all the pieces together. We talked about all the various services that we provide, from an aid in your home to assist you to wash, provide you with a meal. If you are isolated, we'll assist you with going to a social day health center. We will provide the transportation for you. We will have a nurse come in to help you to know what your medications are that you're taking. Are you taking them appropriately? Is there any signs and symptoms we should be reporting to that doctor? We communicate with the family. Let me give you an update. Today I visited your mother and I wanted to tell you what is going on with her. So we involve the family member because we know that they must be involved in the care. So we are managing the care. It is not fragmented work. It is a whole. We hold all the pieces together so that you can know what is going on with the life. There is a progression in your care. And so that is our goal. The goal of ElderServe Health, Riverdale Hebrew Home for the Aged, is to add to the quality of people's lives, help them along the health spectrum of life, and to be there to support them through that process.
And of course, you know, we're trying to do as much preventative care as possible.
Absolutely.
We're trying to avoid any hospitalization. Of course, you know, who wants to go into a nursing home? That's why we're here, because we're bringing the care into the patient's home. We're bringing the care into the family's home to as Pamela said, to add to the quality of life. Because who wants to live in a nursing home? People want to live, and people are healthier and continue to be healthier.
And it doesn't take much for us to live a healthier life.
Absolutely.
It really doesn't, but I'm glad Irina mentioned the preventative, because a lot of us tend to ignore that.
Exactly.
And here we are encouraging you. When was the last time you had your flu shot?
Or me?
You know, no.
Oh, I was going to say.
In general. So the preventative care, because if we are proactive, we can stop that revolving door hospitalization.
Right. Yes.
If it's possible.
We can stop.
There is a whole lot to be done with education. And with people who are knowledgeable and intent, dedicated and devoted to providing health care to the community.
As you probably know, that's one of the things that I'm extremely passionate about. Part of our show, and I just want to kind of ask you guys this question. Part of our show is to really, I don't want to say use the word educate, but it's to bring enlightenment. That's what I would use. Enlightenment to the community in terms of what's available to them. How we can live a better life. Because if, you know, as a community in itself, if we can do better, right? If we know better, the whole idea is to know better so you can do better. After today's show, or within today's show, what was your main goal? Because everybody have a main goal, like a goal for doing something. Like, what was your goal for today's show? What would you like the community to know about you guys?
That we are available to help the families to navigate through coordination, to navigate in this, you know, unknown world to the client of what do I do next? Which doctor do I choose? Do I go here or there? Because if I'm faced with a difficult situation, what do I do? This is why we're here. This is why we are providing this valuable service. And my goal was, again, to let people know that the services are available. Mm-hmm. They are available for free. You have to be eligible, but they are available. And it's very, very important for people to know and not to shy away.
Okay.
Because, I am an immigrant. I was not born here. I was born in Russia. And so I know what
yes.
people go through when people are not born here and mm-hmm. who speak a different language, who mm-hmm. feel uneasy going and asking for help. But we are here.
Okay.
And I just want them to know that Hebrew Home and ElderServe Health is here to assist them in managing their health care, their overall health care, and to walk them through the spectrum of life.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That is what I'd like the community to take with them, and that the available resources are there. And if you don't know how to navigate it, seek the resources to do that.
Yes.
We are passionate about what we do. We are committed in what we do. And I think we are available
yes.
to do what we do.
Well, thank you, Ms. Pam. I think you guys have really closed out for me what it is that I wanted to say, because I think one of the things that I wanted to do when I met you and then wanted to talk about with ElderServe mm-hmm. is understanding. Like, my mom was older. You understand? Like, there is a whole lot that we could have taken for granted when she was alive, and we just didn't know. It wasn't like it wasn't available. We just didn't know.
That's correct.
You understand?
Yes.
My father was sick for a while. We just didn't know where to go. I mean, you have little points here and there, but being able to have ElderServe that can help you take care of your family member, and to me, it's really grand. And I'm really happy that you guys came, and I hope the community have learned a whole lot, and at least call you guys to get in touch
yes.
with you.
Absolutely.
And just for information's sake, at least.
And I hope we were the missing link that,
yes.
hoping that everybody takes advantage of that.
Okay. And we thank you for having us, for an opportunity to educate the public.
Yes, and that's our goal. That's our main goal.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This is the end of our show. I am hoping that you have taken as much as I have, and I will see you next Tuesday, same place, same time. Bye-bye. Thank you.